Would you pay full commission just because that's how it's always been done? There's a smarter way to sell. Hey everyone, I'm John Barzak, a realtor with Integrity Real Estate, and this is Maryland Real Estate with John, where we break down the home buying and selling process step by step. Today, I want to walk you through something I call the Smart Seller Program. This is built for homeowners who want full professional representation, but also want to be smart about how they spend their money. The goal is simple: full service, smarter structure, and better value. Selling a home is one of the biggest financial transactions most people will ever make, and I believe sellers deserve strong representation without automatically assuming the highest commission is the best solution. So let's jump in. Before we get into the program, let me quickly tell you a little about how I approach real estate. I'm a lifelong Harford County resident, and I've spent most of my professional career in project and contract management. I have a master's degree in project management, and I maintain my PMP certification. That background shapes everything I do in real estate. I tend to look at every transaction like a project, with deadlines, moving parts, risks to manage, and a goal to reach. My job is to keep everything organized, communicate clearly, and make sure nothing falls through the cracks. I'm not a flashy salesperson. I'm someone who believes in process, strategy, and making things easier for my clients. A lot of sellers feel stuck between two extremes. On one side, you have paying a full traditional commission structure that may or may not reflect the actual work involved. On the other side, you have trying to sell for sale by owner and taking on everything yourself: pricing, marketing, negotiations, paperwork, inspections, and contract management. Most people don't really want either option. They want strong representation, but they also want common sense. That's where the Smart Seller Program comes in. There's a smarter middle ground. At the end of the day, sellers don't need hype. They need results. They need strong pricing strategy so the home enters the market correctly. They need professional presentation so buyers see value immediately. They need negotiation skills to protect their net proceeds. They need contract management so the deal actually makes it to closing. And most importantly, they need someone helping them avoid costly mistakes. That's what matters. Not slogans, not company rankings, and not flashy promises. What makes my program different is that it starts with strategy, not tradition. I'm not trying to fit every seller into the same one-size-fits-all commission model. Every home is different. Every seller situation is different. Some homes need more preparation and heavier marketing. Others are clean, market-ready, and simply need strong pricing and smooth execution. That's why flexibility matters. I also bring a project management mindset to every transaction. Clear steps, clear expectations, clear communication. And I believe in education and transparency because clients make better decisions when they understand the process. The Smart Seller Program still includes full professional service. That means professional photography and strong online presentation, full MLS exposure so your property reaches the widest qualified audience, strategic promotion through open houses, social media, and neighborhood outreach, expert negotiation, not just getting an offer, but getting the right terms, and full contract to close management because the real work starts after the offer is accepted. This is not discount real estate. This is smart real estate. Some sellers need additional support, depending on their situation. That's why I also offer tailored support services. For example, FSBO Rescue for homeowners who started on their own but decide they want professional representation. Downsizing resources for seniors or families helping parents transition. Enhanced marketing options like floor plans, video, or additional digital promotion. And vendor coordination for repairs, clean-out, staging prep, or contractor scheduling. The goal is flexibility, not forcing everyone into the exact same box. This is where the conversation gets interesting. Since 1990, home values have roughly tripled. During that same time, inflation has roughly doubled. That means home prices have grown much faster than normal inflation. At the same time, technology has created huge efficiencies in how homes are marketed and sold. Professional photography, online exposure, MLS access, digital signatures, faster communication, all of that has changed the business. So the question becomes, do sellers still need to pay the same traditional commission structure simply because that's how it's always been done? I don't think so. I think sellers deserve options. Commission should reflect strategy, not just tradition. This only matters if it actually works. Here are two recent examples. At 3 Forest Drive, we generated 5 offers, sold for 5% over asking, and limited inspection exposure. At 200 Decoy Drive, we generated 11 offers, sold nearly 10% over asking, and secured a free rent back for the seller. That's what I care about. Not just listing homes, creating strong outcomes. Proof is always better than promises. Marketing is not just putting a home in the MLS and hoping for the best. It starts with professional photography and strong presentation, then full MLS exposure to maximize visibility. Social media helps reach both buyers and people connected to buyers. Open houses create activity and urgency. Neighbor marketing often brings strong local interest. Sometimes your buyer is already connected to the neighborhood. Agent-to-agent communication matters too, because strong relationships and clear expectations improve results. And buyer qualification helps make sure we're working with serious buyers, not wasted time. Every step should be intentional. A signed contract is not the finish line. It's the start of protecting the deal. This is where strong representation becomes even more valuable. I manage timelines, deadlines, and contingency periods. I coordinate inspections, appraisals, and financing milestones. I review buyer documentation and help prevent small issues from becoming major closing delays. I work closely with lenders, title companies, attorneys, and the cooperating agent. And most importantly, I keep communication clear so sellers always know what's happening next. This is where my project management background helps the most. I believe commission should be flexible and tied to strategy. Not every home requires the same level of effort. Not every seller has the same priorities. That's why my structure is tailored based on needs. It's about smart allocation of resources and clear expectations from the beginning. I'm not trying to be the cheapest option. I'm trying to be the most sensible choice. Organized, strategic, efficient, and focused on helping you keep more of your equity. The biggest reason sellers choose me is simple. Lower fees should come from efficiency, not lower standards. Because I work with a smaller, locally focused brokerage, more of what you pay goes toward actually selling your home, not franchise fees, national advertising, or shareholder dividends. You're paying for representation, not unnecessary overhead. That means full service, strong strategy, and better value. Not discount real estate, smart real estate. My goal is simple: help you sell smart, protect your equity, and make the process easier. Selling a home should feel organized, not overwhelming. You should understand the process, feel confident in your decisions, and know your agent is focused on your outcome, not just a commission percentage. That's what the Smart Seller program is built to do. If you're thinking about selling, I'd also encourage you to check out the rest of my channel, especially my home selling playlist, where I break down the entire selling process step by step, from deciding whether it's the right time to sell, to preparing your home, pricing strategy, offers, negotiations, and closing. The more informed you are, the better decisions you can make. If you have questions about your home, your selling timeline, or whether this approach makes sense for your situation, I'd be happy to help. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.